Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was in the World of Solo Leveling Part 11. Before we start, please go support AndresFelipeSolanoDi for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 62. Blessings come with curses. In the Issei guild, the atmosphere was calm, everyone was resting. Currently, Issei's lovers or girlfriends like Akeno and Roswis were attending to certain matters regarding others. After the events that occurred previously, they wanted to replenish all their mental energy to plan their next move carefully. Ali. Things remain normal with the acquisition of Columbia from our forces. Issei. Akeno and Lavina were part of the key in convincing the entire government in turn that my sisters played an indispensable role in destroying those bases. Ali. Yes, don't forget your date with Akeno as compensation. Your participation was also impeccable in carrying this out. In fact, I was left wondering what we would do if All Might refused. Issei. I also thought about it. I know I threatened to take military action, but I didn't want to destroy a country like Colombia that has a lot of potential. At that moment Isara approached to talk about the topic. Isara. What I don't understand is why Colombia continues to be called that. As I understand it, once you conquer a country or territory and it becomes your property, you have every right over it, both to rename it and to do whatever you like with it, because let people from that country continue to be their same government. Issei. It's not that simple. Esdeath. Are you stupid or what? Esdeath had arrived and listening to what Isara said, she approached to speak. In turn, the majority who were in the room also approached. Isara. What are you saying? Aika. Esdeath is right, sister. Isara. Do you support her too? Esdeath. Sai, look, suppose we do what you say, we would totally lose the advantage of the situation. Isara. Surprised what? Aika. It's like Esdeath says, our brother's goal is world domination, however, keeping a low profile at all times is the key, or rather our goal. Esdeath. Currently Issei knows that even with his and our army, facing an entire planet may currently be impossible for him. Let's remember that the final objective is the United States and the Chaos Brigade Guild, which has everything from dangerous subjects to crazy experiments. Aika. We dominate the world from the shadows, so that when it is time to attack, all countries will aim at a single common enemy. Later the news of world domination will be revealed. Esdeath. If Colombia, as you say, Isara announces some type of surrender or the people in his government are replaced by someone external instead of his own country, it will be easy for the enemy to detect where the matter may go. Ali. It is correct, we work anonymously for now, the country that we conquer is a country that for the rest of the world remains the same when in truth it is not like that. Issei. The only thing we did in Colombia apart from the conquest is to increase the positive opinion of our guild with foreign affairs, eliminate all corruption, we kill all the corrupt and replace the corrupt with honest people, we make sure they are honest without room for doubt. Ali. As an additional, once it is revealed that the country was conquered to the public a long time ago, then public opinion can be more positive than negative, preventing worries or chaos from forming. Esdeath. By maintaining a government that they are used to, it is not better to say that by eliminating corruption and improving their government, the news in the future of Issei as the new leader of their country may not alarm or worry them, knowing that they have been living normally, even though the conquest took place a long time ago, preventing them from thinking that he will do his will over them. Isara. I understand, but since we don't have control of the country, I mean, with one of us watching over it, how do we know that they don't plan to betray us or even reveal themselves? Ali. Fortunately, I got enough information that he doesn't want the countries or the people to know, so that they don't think about doing that stupid thing. Issei. These are the first measures we take, so you can rest assured. Isara. Just one more thing, because you try to give yourself a good image, brother, I mean that even if public opinion matters, it doesn't change the fact that your country was conquered. Instead of appearing to be a good person, you can simply silence the opponents with your can. At Isara's words, no one was able to deny that, but Issei quickly sat down on a sofa and spoke. Issei. I can, but I won't. I may want to dominate the world, but not because I have bad intentions, but because what I want is a more just world and revenge against the Chaos Brigade. I'm not a saint, but I'm not a vile murderer either. If I want a just world, I must set an example, so at all costs I must avoid being a tyrant. That is not the kind of ruler I want to be. I do not want to take over the world and have those who will be my people in the future fear me, but fear me, respect and love me. If history has taught us anything, it is that governing through fear is inefficient and always fails, but through love it is eternal. Isara. I understand and I apologize for my previous question. Aika. Now you know our brother's thoughts, that's why every operation from now on must be as cautious as possible. Issei. Anyway, let's stop talking about that, everyone go rest. Upon hearing Issei's words, everyone retreats except Vali. Sai, things get busier every day. Issei. Currently, how are our funds? Ali. They always stay full. Eugene is working excellently. Issei. By the way, there is something I wanted to ask you. Ollie? Me? Issei. Player 2. Ollie. Haha, that's it. Issei. How have you been? Ollie. My skills have not been affected. Issei. The system, how it has behaved. Ollie. Nothing strange, he acts just like yours. He gained experience by killing monsters, even people, and the only exception is that he doesn't give me dungeon keys or the quest for job change has appeared. Issei. Since the system entered my life, I feel that it guides me on a specific path to show me something, although I still don't know what it wants to show me, but yours doesn't seem to give you clues of anything. Ollie. I agree, but if there is something about my system that I remember well. Issei. Yes. Ollie. When he finished his welcome, he told me, see you, strong vessel. Issei. Vessel. Suddenly I feel too restless. Ollie. So far I have less information than you, but it doesn't seem to affect us negatively. Issei. It's true, but the questions: who created these systems? What are your objectives in giving us these systems? Are the objectives of both systems the same? There are more questions than answers, and the bad feelings keep coming. Greg. I agree, how are things going? What if more people like Volley and you appear? Issei. We are silent about the system, but if someone had a system and spoke like I said in the past, the world would go into chaos. Everyone would try to get that hunter. In the worst case, what would be the real repercussions? Albion. Anyway, I think it is unlikely that there has been another person with a system, and all this time, only Volley appeared as a second player. Things may not be so simple. Issei. We can consider this as lucky to have this Volley. Our strength may increase. For now, let's not think negatively. Volley. Yes, I agree, for now we should rest, and you also need to rest. You have been working hard, putting yourself on the front line. Get some sleep, those dark circles are already visible. Issei. Of course, whatever you say, yawn. Ollie. I'll let you know if anything changes. I'll go for a walk with Lavina. Issei. Okay. Ollie. Yes. Issei. You have left the information about our next objects to attack. Ollie. Sigh ha. On the table. But please rest, you can be powerful, but still lack of sleep can affect your brain. Ollie would leave, leaving Issei alone, but instead of resting, he went to check the papers. Issei. We were successful with Colombia. The next objectives are Mexico, Argentina, Venezuela. Greg. You will continue with the plans to conquer Latin American countries. Issei. Yes, they have subjects of great skill and unexplored potential. Once we attack those three and successfully secure the conquest, we will begin to fight with one of the greatest powers in the world. Greg. I have doubts about this plan. We are talking about a country that is no smaller than the United States. Issei. He became a key piece. The advantage we have over the country is that Esdeath was born there. He knows the country, its communications, military power and its bases like the back of his hand. The only problem will be his contenders, the rest will not be a problem, but yes, or if that country should be conquered. Greg. Thanks to that you could have to face Tatsumi again. Issei. In the worst case scenario, it may not end for both of them, just like a simple fight can lead to death. Greg. But you can't go back, the conquest of Russia became a key piece, as you say. Issei. You know what, I think I originally planned to go through Korea before Russia, but I don't want to go through Korea. Greg. It's because of that guy. Issei. Wars are battles of ingenuity, strategy and intelligence of all my opponents. I do not currently want to face Tetsuya Shiba. He could see through my intentions, design countermeasures and even discover my world-scale plan. Greg. Do you think he would object? Issei. He is a walking Joker card. I have to know clearly if he is against me or supports me. If I don't know that, I clearly won't know how to act. Greg. By the way. He will arrive with her a few days later, are you prepared to receive them both? Issei. Basara and mine. Greg. I think you'll try to convince him to join you, but another part of you is doubtful. Issei. Stella, they were Ria's friends, clearly they knew about my relationship with her. I'm afraid they might have some internal resentment towards me. Greg. Certainly that will be a problem that you will have to solve because in the future it can harm us. Issei. Yes, besides, Basara may even want to help me, but he is always on the side of the woman he loves. If mine were to oppose my plans, Basra may do so too. Greg. You will know how to solve it. Quickly after saying that, Issei would continue reviewing her other papers. Her eyes looked tired with dark circles, signs that she had not been able to sleep well, and she even suddenly had a headache. Issei. Now I shouldn't continue. But at that moment 2 arms were placed behind Issei's neck and a figure was shown in front of him. Issei had his eyes down, he didn't see clearly, he thought it was Roswisser Akeno who had arrived, but when he looked up he was completely terrified. Rainer. Tired Issei. Issei. Aye. He stepped back in terror to realize that there was nothing, or so it seemed. Greg. Mate, are you okay? Issei. Yes, I think it's true, I must sleep a little or I could go crazy. Greg. I completely agree, you've been trying really hard lately. He lay down on the sofa, he was restless, he looked in all directions, his eyes even shone to see any abnormality, but nothing, no energy detected, which confirmed that it was a hallucination. Then he fell asleep, losing track of time. Issei wakes up. I feel much better, I really was demanding too much of myself. Greg. By the way, mate, you seem to remember that you were on a date with your girlfriend. Issei. Right, leaves the guild. Damn, he must have been waiting for me all this time. Greg. You'll understand, you've been so tired lately that you deserved a good sleep. He continued running until he reached a place where his girlfriend was waiting for him. When he arrived he could see the girl waiting for him with a smile. He approached slowly. The day seemed to be going well, nothing out of the ordinary. Issei felt that everything was great, he didn't even see her upset. Greg. See, I told you, I wouldn't be upset. Issei. I'm glad, my pretty and beautiful girlfriend Rainer. Rainer. I see you're finally here, honey, let's have fun on our date today. Issei took her arm and moved forward to continue with her date. Everything was normal, wasn't it? For Issei everything was as usual. Chapter 63. Normal is abnormal. Under the tree in a meadow was Issei next to Rainer, he was stroking her hair. The breeze moved the leaves on the grass, everything felt very calm. Rainer. How are you, honey? Issei. Very good, I feel that this is one of the good days. Rainer. Geez, don't say that's bad luck. Issei. Do you think? My name is Hyodo Issei, I am a normal high school student like any other, despite having the legendary Red Emperor on my arm, I am extremely weak, so much so that I cannot draw any power from him. In other words, I have no special powers or abilities, that makes me a common person in the background like everyone. In this world where hunters, monsters, magic, etc. exist. I just stand aside like a normal person next to my girlfriend. Although my girlfriend is not normal, she is a fallen angel, one of the best there is, she has not revealed my secret for security reasons, and she got me a job as a secretary in a guild. I am very happy to have her. She is the only thing I have in this world. I lost my family and friends a long time ago through a portal. I have nothing left but her. Rainer. The breeze is comfortable. Issei. It is, isn't it? Rainer. Do you know what is more comfortable? Issei. What? Rainer. Rip out your heart. Issei. What spits blood? Her hand crossed her chest, and her mouth was deformed, showing large fangs with a long tongue. Issei's eyes could observe the situation in horror as she suddenly became cloudy, she ate his heart. Rainer. Smiles. The smile he saw left him terrified. Her mouth opened wider to eat her head, and when she closed her mouth. Issei. Wake up, Aya. Rainer. Honey, what's wrong? Issei. You are. He looked around, nothing strange had happened, there was no blood, and she was still her face turned pale, he took her hand to her face, it seemed like everything was just a dream. Rainer. How should I be? Issei. No, nothing, I fell asleep and had a nightmare, I just think I haven't been able to sleep enough. Rainer. I told you not to overexert yourself or you could come out badly. Issei. I know I have neglected sleep, that has begun to affect the health of my body. Rainer. I recommend that you take a sweet nap when we get back. Issei. Okay, that dream, it was too real. Rainer, she wouldn't do anything bad to me, she's my girlfriend. Rainer. By the way, you know that in the city there is a new attraction, they created a park dedicated to games, especially there is one called Giant Chess. Issei. Seriously, do you want us to go see it together? Rainer. No, I don't like chess. Issei. Okay. Rainer, how about we go for dessert? Issei. That sounds great. The two got up to hold hands and start walking towards the city for dessert. Rainer. Honey, can I ask you something? Issei. Sure. Rainer. You've seen me as a fallen angel before, right? Issei. Yes. Rainer. What do you think of my clothes? Issei. What's the point with that question? If it's because of the visibility of the skin, I'm not someone who worries about that, I mean, I didn't plan to tell you what you can or can't use. Rainer. No, I'm asking you what feeling it gives you when you see me in my battle suit. Issei. Stopping me. Rainer. Look at me now, I'm in my battle suit, what's the feeling I'm giving you? Issei. And I feel danger. At that moment, Rainer's hand pierced Issei's heart. Rainer. No, Issei, that's something you shouldn't say to a pretty woman. Issei. Spits blood because. Rainer. Issei, does it hurt? Tell me it hurt you. Issei, I'm happy. He would once again return to reality where he was walking next to her. Issei. What was that? Rainer. Hey Issei, what's wrong with you, you look pale again. Issei. It must be because of the sun, I swear to God that I will go to sleep as soon as the date is over, otherwise if I continue like this, I will end up losing my mind. Rainer. Could it be that you're trying to avoid the question? Issei. No, of course not. Rainer. So honey, how do I seem to you different from my current self? Issei. I don't know, I feel that the you now and the you in battle are totally different, as if you were wearing a mask. Rainer. Oh. This one, she took a few steps forward of Issei, and the one who was behind her couldn't see her expression. Issei. I'm sorry I offended you. Rainer. No, on the contrary, it is an interesting analogy. Maybe in reality we all have masks to not show what we really are. Issei. I know the trainer is. Stop, don't talk anymore. I will kill you if you speak. You will die. I'll kill you. Want to die. At that moment Issei's entire body stopped because of the words she heard, but those voices did not seem to sound like Rainer's, they were other different voices. She believed that her head was playing tricks on her again. Rainer. Come on, you don't have to embarrass me. Issei. Yes. The date would continue without any problem, however, before going for dessert, Issei would accompany Rainer to change clothes at her house. After arriving at the restaurant, he could not take his eyes off her, who was eating calmly because the clothes she was wearing it worried him. Rainer. Aren't you going to eat, Issei? Issei. Yes, but it was necessary to change your clothes, the one you had looked good on you. Rainer. What are you talking about for these things? Is it better to go casual or do you dislike these clothes? Issei. Dislike me because it's just clothes. Danger, big problems, compromised subject. Be careful, it's dangerous. You will die. Stop her or I'll kill you. Rainer. You know, you've been very strange all day, but I hope your mood improves. Not only did I go home to change my clothes, but to pick this up, Tachan. She would show a white box with a green bow around it. Issei. A gift you didn't have to bother. Rainer. You are my boyfriend and you are very important to me. You made me what I am now. No, you allowed me to be who I am now. Issei. Okay. Her hands went straight to open the box, but when she was about to open the box, do not do it, your mind won't take it, it is dangerous. Runs. If you lose I will kill you. There won't be the box. Her hands were sweating, they were shaking, then the atmosphere changed, they were no longer in the restaurant, and Rainer was not dressed in casual clothes, she was in her battle suit. Rainer. Honey, open the box. Issei. Rainer, what's wrong, why are you dressed in your battle suit? Rainer. If you open the box then everything will be answered. Issei. But. Rainer. Come on love, it's a box, it doesn't bite. Issei. I understand. He slowly opened the box, but when his head peeked out to see what was inside, he could clearly see what was inside the box that left him terrified, and he couldn't help but scream. The box fell on the ground and its contents came out of it, a human head, it was the head of Issei's mother. Issei. Rainer. See, I told you that your questions had answers, I always wear this suit when I'm going to kill. Issei. My mother. But she was already dead then. Because her head. Is here that. Is this. Danger. You're going to collapse if you don't calm down. Take it easy. You must calm down. He held her head tightly and moved from side to side until he woke up back in the restaurant with her eating dessert. The box that he could see did not have his mother's head, on the contrary, now what he had was a sweater. Issei. A sweater. Rainer. I thought you would like it. Issei. I'm sure you're fine, you look paler than usual. Issei. If I think I'm really tired, Rainer, do you mind if I go to sleep a little? I'm really sorry to end the date, but seriously, I'm tired. Rainer. It's like that. Well, don't worry, my boyfriend's health is important to me. Smiles. Issei. Smiles forcedly. Thank you. Rainer. And Issei. Issei. Yes. Rainer. Please rest well. Issei. Sure. He calmly left the place where she was and started walking towards his house. Greg. What the hell is wrong with you? Issei. Tell me, haven't you seen it? Greg. See what? Issei. Greg. Being your wielder. The weakest wielder of all. It makes me go crazy. Greg. No. But because of those questions I think you are, you've been acting strange all day, even Rainer seemed worried, she's your girlfriend, you know. Issei. Shut up. Those words made Issei shudder, but in an unpleasant way he felt tremendous disgust when Greg said those words. Greg. I definitely got a weak, crazy, paranoid, loud-mouthed wielder in this era. Issei. Forgive me. You know, let's just go home and. But his words were cut off because on the street he could see the red of beautiful hair, but he couldn't see the girl. For some reason it was like something hypnotic. Then the voices came back. She is a trap, but you must continue. Keep walking. Pursue the. You're dead if you don't move. She observes. At that moment he ran after that person, but when he did so when he was close to the girl, she just crossed a corner and went away to the other end. In the end, Issei did not catch up with her, but he kept up with her, and when he finished following her, he could see a large park was the park that had spoken with Rainer. Greg. Exactly what do you do? Issei. I guess. Coming to the park alone. Greg. You didn't want to come with your girlfriend. Issei. You didn't listen to her when I suggested we go see the giant chess together. She told me that she hated chess. Greg. And you like it? Issei. Why not? You think I'm not an intelligent person. Greg. As far as I know, chess is for intelligent people, even generals in ancient times practiced it to improve their strategies, to be great leaders of armies. I mean, you are not intelligent or the owner of an army. At that point he could visualize the girl entering the giant chess exhibition. Issei. Well, I'll go see him. He entered the place and when she entered a voice was heard. Riaz. Are you following me? The girl appeared behind him holding a giant chess piece. Issei. Hey. Careful, it is ready to attack. You must prepare. It will attack you, it will kill you. Rias. Hey. Why are you crying? Issei. I'm crying. Without knowing why, the tears fell from his eyes when he saw the girl. Rias. Take a tissue. Issei. Gr thank you. Cleans himself. He stopped because it stopped. Something happens. Rias. You've had a difficult day. Issei. Yes. I feel like everything is crazy. Either the world went crazy or I'm crazy. I'm getting tired. And it was just a crazy day. But it feels like the day. More crazy of my life. Rias. I see. Issei. That piece is not heavy. Rias. Moves her to the side. No, they're plastic. Issei. I feel like we know each other. But I don't remember ever seeing you. Rias. Well, there are two of us. Issei. I think in the end I just have to go rest. Rias. Then good luck, boy. She started walking out of the exhibit when Issei. Wait. Rias. Stops. Yes. Issei. What is your name? Rias. My name is Rias and yours. Issei. Hyodo Issei. Rias. I will remember. See you in Issei. Issei. Yes. Rias. We will meet again. After those words she ended up leaving and Issei was left alone. Issei. In the end. I went crazy. Listen to me. Can you hear me? I know you can hear me. Listen to me. You must listen to me. Issei. Shut the fuck up. I don't know what you are or what you're doing to me, but stop. I'm not going to listen to you. You will listen to me. You must do it. Do it. Issei. And if I refuse, damn that shitty voice. You will die, you will die. I will kill you, I can kill you. You pay attention. Issei. Ha. If you can kill me, why not kill me? You have come far. It would be a waste. You're halfway there. You proved your worth. You please me. Issei. Who the hell are you? Mirror. In front. Look. Issei. Hey. A mirror in front. Issei started to walk but for some reason his feet were shaking, not wanting to see it. The place became more gloomy as he got closer to the mirror, but he arrived, and when he arrived he saw himself in the mirror, but he couldn't believe what he saw, so he thought two things: or was he crazy or was he in a nightmare? Hello, Issei. Keep calm, you must be calm. Issei. Ha. Scared, it's you. Issei saw it. He saw what was in the mirror. It was like death in front of him. The last light in the tunnel. The bottomless abyss. The abyss stared back at him, but very human eyes, mouth, face, and very similar to him. Oh, at least half the face. Now you're going to listen to me, right, Issei? Chapter 64. Real or not real? Issei was petrified. He didn't know what to say, do or even think regarding what he was seeing. Issei. This can't be real. Believe me, I will be. Very real. You're being in danger. Issei. What are you? You. My name is. Apparently I still can't say my name. Issei. Why should I trust you? Because you don't have a choice. You can die. And not because of me. I'm just trying to help. Issei. Why do you want to help me? Things are complicated. To summarize, I must help you, but even communicate, it's hard. I must be careful, or she can detect me. If she does, it could be bad for you. They could come for you, and you're still weak. Issei. She. Who are you talking about? Rainer. Issei. No, this cannot be possible. Go to the library. I can't talk anymore. She can detect my power. If she lasted too long, if she detects my power, she will know there is an intruder. If she knows that, she will look for the source. Issei. You say she will kill you. No, she's too weak for it. But if she realizes the source, and she tells the others, especially to him, things may go wrong for all. Issei. This is crazy, but he's right. What should I call you? No need for a name, at least not yet. Go to the library, it's a safe place. The voice quickly disappeared and Issei was left completely alone. As he walked, he looked to the sides, there was no one. While behind him on top of a building, Rias could be seen looking at him. Just behind her, Rainer was seen. Rainer. Why didn't you attack? Rias. I don't know. I guess I didn't want to get my hands dirty with lower level garbage. Rainer. Is that it? Well then don't worry, let's leave it for now anyway. He has nowhere to run, although I hope next time you can kill him. You know this is a fun game this. Rias. Yes. After a few minutes he managed to get to the city library, but when he entered he didn't know what to do. Greg. You really know you should check your mental health by talking to yourself in a mirror. Issei. You can be quiet here. Greg. I'm usually down, but I think when my wielder is crazy it's time to talk but at that moment Greg's words stopped. The bookstore seemed normal until a sound was heard. Issei looked towards the deep part of the bookstore where he saw a shadow. He approached slowly, but when he looked out, there was one more shadow. There was no one in it. Then a book fell. Issei. What is this? Takes the book Theory of Dreams. Come closer, mirror. In front. Issei approached calmly waiting for the subject to appear, and that's how he was there. Issei. Looks at the book. Is this a dream or reality? Both. Issei. That can't be possible. How can it be both? At the moment, are you asleep? You dream, but it's not a normal dream. You should have realized. How many times do you believe that you have died at the hands of that girl? Issei. You say then that everything was real. Yeah, everything that happened to you, if it has happened, but then you think that it was a hallucination or a dream inside another dream. Issei. Why, if she loves me, does she want to kill me? She does not love you, that's why she wants to kill you, but she not being able to kill you in a normal way inside this dream. Issei. Damn. She must be able to convince you that all this is real. Issei. Why so much effort to make me believe that this is real when it's a dream? I told you, it's a dream, but it's also reality. It's both. If she manages, convince yourself that this is real. So reality itself, the real reality, outside the dream, it will be deleted for this new reality. And when that happens, she will get you killed. Issei. That's what you meant when she couldn't kill me normally. Yeah, if the reality of the weak you, it becomes real. So what is or was real, outside the dream, will be deleted. So, at last, she can kill you, by way of, very easy. Issei. Ha. Don't buck with me, what is she, God? She is not a god, but she is stronger than one. Issei. It is impossible for all reality to be changed through a dream. If it is impossible, from a universe of course, it can't be done, but if it's just a piece, reality, of, a planet, so, it is very possible. Issei. You say that changing the entire reality of a planet is possible for her, it doesn't make sense. A planet, as small as the Earth, for the universe, it's just, as for desert, a grain of sand, it is more than possible. Issei. And why me if she can alter the reality of this planet, why not choose someone easier? Because, even something like that, requirements. The person is the source. Change, the stronger, be the person, or pieces, reality will change, and you are very strong. Issei. I'm strong. You're not hesitating me, I have this damn dragon on my arm, and I can't even use it. The dream, I catch you, in here you are different, you don't remember who you are, outside, plus that dragon on your arm, be fake. Issei. What? You can believe me, I say the truth, but if you still don't like to believe me, cut your arm, imagine, you don't have that arm, forward, you will know that I tell the truth. Issei. Looks at his arm. Drake fell when his presence appeared. If what he says is true. And it's a dream, I just have to imagine that I don't have an arm. Issei closed his eyes slowly and then imagined that he did not have the arm where Drake manifested in the end when he opened them. You see, Issei. Shocked, it can't be. Everything. It's true. He didn't have an arm like he had said, he just had to imagine it. Now, imagine your arm again. Issei listened to his instructions and that's how the arm appeared again. Issei. So it's all true. That bitch is manipulating me. Seems that a little bit of you from outside he is manifesting. That's good. Issei. What I don't understand is that if she does try to convince me that everything is real, why has she been killing me? A part of you, of your soul, being or will, he refuses to believe this reality. The reason that she is killing you, it is to weaken that part. When that part starts to resist, she kills you so that you believe. What are you going crazy? That you are hallucinating, that you are tired, that you are the problem. But when that doesn't work, turn to erase your memory. Issei. Hey. What are you saying? Your memory was erased repeatedly. You're strong for resisting until now. It surprises me a lot. Your resistance. Issei. How many times have I been doing this? Have passed 2 years. Issei. Shocked. 2 years. Impossible. Well, the time inside the dream compared to out, it happens much slower considering that have been to you. Erasing the memory, you've lost track a lot. Whether, how much are you trapped here? Issei. Because in all this time trapped here until now you help me. Because, until now I also have my issues and problems. Things are not so easy. Issei. How do I get out of here? You have the soul of another being inside you, he has more control in this aspect of your body that she, Issei. Another being. You mean Drake? Yeah, if he wakes up or rather, you summon him to this dream will be broken like glass. Even if it is her territory, this dream, she cannot accommodate the 2 dreamers. Of course the dragon, she won't remember anything either. Issei. Where do I find it? Put hand about mirror. Issei hesitated for a second, but she did as she did so a strange dark energy surrounded her body and then disappeared. Issei. What is this? A torch of light, but she will take you out of this darkness. With this, our communication, without the mirror, be further, strong, and undetectable for her. Besides, invoke to the dragon. Issei. What do you want me to do? All dream is within, from a bubble created by her. Only, we must go to the limits from this bubble to summon the dragon. But if you fail, this endless cycle where she kills you, she will continue. Issei. I know it will kill me and I will forget it. Everything. It's more serious if you fail to avoid disasters. Yeah, you don't make it, it's possible. That needs to cut your connection with the dream. Issei. You can do that because you're going to get complicated with this. Because cut connection means kill. That means that I will kill you. Issei. Do you mean that if I fail I will die in real life? Yeah. Issei. Damn. Should I know something else? When all this dream is over, you will forget everything. That means nothing of this will be remembered and you will not die. But still, I wish you to remember, beware, because if you manage to wake up, you got rid temporarily from the enemy, but the enemy will return and you won't be able to remember it. Issei. Great. You better start running. The source of energy, although it cannot be detected, but while it was transferred to you, it was detectable. She approaches. Issei. Great, runs away. Where is she supposed to go? Head out of the library and run. You feel it when it's near. He would listen to her and she would start running, but when she was doing it she was behind him, flying over him. Rainer. Issei, because you're running. Issei. Will I be late for school? Rainer. Today is Sunday. Issei. I'm doing gymnastics. Big idiot. Issei. Would you have said something better? Be careful, it can't kill you, really, but if falsely, and you still feel the pain, meaning that she can hold you. Rainer. Are you hiding something from me? Issei. No, Rainer. Seriously, but you keep running instead of stopping to talk to me. You know I care about you. What if you stop? Puts his hands behind her back. Issei. I have to think, damn it. Here, you must be clever, otherwise she will kill you. She already suspects that something is wrong. She's going to attack you. If she catches you, she will kill you a few times, then it will delete the memory, and then I will kill you. Rainer. Prepares a spear of light. Issei. I must continue running, but while I do I must convince her that everything is fine. Rainer, as you know, I have not felt well at all. Rainer. Stops her hands because you haven't felt good at all. Issei. Lack of sleep has let me see things like you killing me and torturing me. Rainer. I would never hurt you, I'm your girlfriend. We are close. Do not stop. Issei. I know, but I think I'm going crazy. Almost. Rainer. You're not crazy. Come on, let's stop. Let's talk, yeah. Issei. Stops. Rainer. Shows her hands. You see I don't have weapons or anything, plus I haven't created a spear of light. I would never hurt you. Issei. Really? Rainer. Yes. Really. On top of a building she was watching the situation, it was generating a sphere of energy and for some reason she was upset. Riaz. Enough of this situation, this time I'm going to kill him. I can't let you do that. Riaz. What? By the time she was able to turn, something of her had hit her, leaving her on the ground. The action made so much noise that even Rainer and Issei heard it. Rainer. What the hell are you doing? Laughs. She turned to see a figure at the top of the building, which was Riaz, which calmed her, but at the same time she worried about Issei. Issei. What's wrong, love? Who is she? Rainer. A friend. He turned to look at Issei without noticing that Ria's figure was actually fake because the real one was unconscious. Apparently it was another individual taking her identity. Your first time, you could have killed him, but don't do it. I will research a bit about you, new monarch of the demons. There is little that is. I would put her hand on the head of the unconscious Riaz. Interesting. Pity that here I don't know about you. And outside, currently he cannot speak to her. This one who took the form of him vanished with the air. Began returning to Issei and Rainer. The situation was too strange. Rainer noticed that something was wrong. She was alert. On the other hand, Issei continued acting. Issei. A friend. Ha. You never told me you had a friend. Rainer. Why don't we come back, love? Issei. Do you know one more thing I forgot to ask you? Rainer. What? Issei. She wasn't talking to you. Rainer. Hey. But you forgot to ask me. Issei. What will happen to the self in this dream? Your personality, well, you, current, or how you are now, you're going to disappear. You will go back to being who you were when you wake up. Issei. It's going to hurt. No, it will be gentle. Rainer. Issei. What's wrong with you? Issei. Rainer, can I ask you what you know about me? Rainer. Hey. Well, favorite food. Issei. No, not that. As a person. You know that all of us as people have something that we really hate. Rainer. Well. I don't know. Issei. I hate to death those who lie about love. Rainer. Damn, maybe. Rainer quickly realized that something was wrong and created a spear of light at high speed, but Issei raised his hand to the sky, and when that spear of light penetrated his stomach, he screamed with all his might. Issei. Drake. Rainer. Nuo. Immediately the environment turned into fire, the flames emerged, the Red Emperor dragon was visualized crossing the dream space. The entire world began to break like glass. Rainer's entire body began to break. Rainer. Bastard, how did you know someone was helping you, right? Issei. It seems that it was achieved. But one more thing. Will this hurt her? Yeah. Issei. Smiles. Rainer, you rotten motherfucker. Rainer. This is not over. His body was breaking piece by piece. Issei. I know. Rainer. No, you don't know. You won't remember anything. You won't know anything. You have enemies where you least expect it. We will meet again, and you have no way to prevent what will happen. Issei. I know that. But I know that I will continue to get stronger until we meet again. Rainer. Rainer. I damn you, Hyodo. Issei. Everything would remain blank, only the image of the dragon, then his body began to become transparent. Greg. Mate, what is this? Issei. A dream. Greg. What? A dream, wait mate your body. Issei. This. Is it drag yours too? Greg. What's happening? You are going to wake up, the current you will disappear, you won't remember anything, neither does the dragon. Issei. I have questions. But the answers are of no use to me if I'm not going to remember. Wise choice, don't worry, questions will be answered, just slowly. Issei. I hope to see you again. Oh you will, believe me you will see me again. Now goodbye Issei. Issei. Goodbye. Whoever you are. And thank you. But those last words everything went white and Issei woke up on the other side. Issei. Wake up Volley. You finally woke up, you are a heavy sleeper. Issei. Volley. How long was I asleep? Volley. 2 whole days. Well after the operation we had in Colombia it is normal. Issei. True. Volley. Pack your things. Issei looked around and realized that he was in a hotel. Issei. This. Where are we? Volley. Are you still asleep? We are in Colombia, we were organizing the current government of the country these 2 days that you were asleep, Akeno came to see you worried, but she calmed down when she saw you, clearly you needed to rest. Issei. You mean we are not in Japan Kuo? Volley. Not at all, I guess 2 days of sleep made you go numb, if you don't remember I'll tell you after your battle against Izuku, the attack on the bases and blah blah blah, we conquered this country in secret we started to organize everything, so that nothing seemed out of the ordinary today in this country. Issei. True. I already remembered I had a strange dream. I forgot most of it, but we were in the guild, and I saw some papers planning the next attack. Volley. Hahaha well it was a crazy dream, planning the next attack even in the country without even returning home and resting sounds crazy. Issei. Yes I say the same. Volley. Well pack your things we're going back home. Issei. They finished what had to be done here. Volley. Yes we have their loyalty and above all I have their secret so they can't betray us. Issei. Okay. Let's go. Gets out of bed. Volley. If you want to rest more you can go back to sleep. Issei. No. For some reason I feel like I've slept enough, currently I want to go back home and continue leveling up in the dungeons. Volley. True I should also get into that. Issei. I'll help you with that. The two were talking calmly without noticing that in the distance someone was watching them through the hotel window. Brainer. You won the Hyodo Issei battle, but you haven't won the war, next time you won't be so lucky. Those words were recorded by the wind before disappearing from the place, even further where he has stared at Issei for a long time, while the leaves of the trees fell. Chapter 65. What do you want to use your sword for? After what happened in the country of Colombia, Issei had finally returned to Japan Kuo, and although the idea of being asleep for 2 days worried him, he still had to forget it by concentrating on his current plans. He was currently in the guild room alone with Kiba, they were talking about an important matter. Issei. Kiba are you sure about this? Kiba. If I want to go to a place to isolate myself to train. Issei. What is the reason for this decision? Kiba. I'm pathetically weak. Issei. Kiba. Kiba. That's true, don't try to deny it, I'm currently far behind compared to you, and I'm going to tell you the truth, I won't be of any use in the domain you're trying to pursue if I don't get stronger. Issei. Sai exactly where are you going? Kiba. I can't say exactly but it is a place in the human world where he practiced swordsmanship. Issei. Do you think that's really what you need right now? Kiba. I have lost 3 things in this life, the first was my family, then when I was in the Sacred Sword project, the plan to make children compatible with the sacred swords by using orphans, children without family, that was the second thing I lost my friends. But at the same time on the verge of death I met Ria she saved me she was like a sister to me, but in the end she died she was the third thing I lost, and 2 of those things were at the hands of the sacred swords, I know the object is not the fault of whoever uses it yes. But, Issei. Looks at him, Kiba. But currently how would I be able to stand up to those who used those swords and snatched precious things from me, with how pathetic and weak I am. Issei. Ha. I never expected to see that expression again. Kiba. Hey. Issei. I had that expression every day I got up and went to the low-ranking portals, I cursed my weakness. Kiba. Issei you. Issei. I ask you something, do you hate me? Kiba. What's that about? Issei. I was Ria's boyfriend, I had to protect her, but I let her die. Don't you hold any grudge against me for letting someone you considered your sister die? Kiba. No. Issei. I didn't expect such a determined answer. Kiba. I won't lie to you and tell you that it didn't bother me that you couldn't protect her. I even got a little more angry when you didn't go to her funeral, but you're trying to change the world for her, you're making her death not in vain whether you are, or by not carrying out revenge, you do it because she died, you are giving value to her life with your actions with all due respect. I do not hold a grudge against you, on the contrary, I consider you my ally, my companion in battle and my friend smiles. Issei. Shocked ha. There is a saying that it is bad to involve friendship in war, because in war your friends die. Kiba. You can rest assured, none of the guild members are planning to die. Issei. I know. Okay Kiba, you can go train, however you must return within 2 months at the latest. Kiba. It's because of the operation against Russia. Issei. We will definitely need all the arsenal possible, even Asia also went to isolate itself. Kiba. Asia went to isolate itself too. Issei. It's complicated about her, but do you have a plan for your training? Kiba. No. Currently I only have a sacred gear, I have no awakening ability, to tell the truth, in the Gremory family, I was left far behind as I was the only one without one. Issei. According to what I heard at the academy, everyone in the Gremory family is hunters and demons, but you couldn't wake up. Kiba. That's right, Issei. With your physical abilities and swordsmanship I felt that you are more suited to a hunter. Kiba. The truth is that I was never able to awaken as a hunter, I was not blessed with the awakening. If it were not for my first sacred gear sword birth that allows me to create an infinite number of demonic swords at my disposal, it would practically be useless, not to mention the infinite number of swords is actually not so infinite since I have room for creation in an approximate area, combined with the energy cost. Issei. First means you have another one. Kiba. Yes, Blade Blacksmith allows me to create a mini army of Dragon Knights, however I do not have enough magic power to maintain it, which is why I hardly use it, it is not for long battles. Issei. What kind of training do you plan to do? Kiba. I can't say. Issei. Yudo, I have already given you permission. From here on, you are responsible for your own safety, but don't die. Kiba. I promise. Issei. You can go. But remember this, if you feel that something is wrong with you, don't hide it. Kiba would leave the guild hall while Vali would enter. Ali. The serious face is in fashion lately. Issei. First Asia then Yudo. Ali. They must feel like they are being left behind, even your sisters have gotten stronger, people like Asia and Kiba feel tiny nowadays. Issei. I just hope that they overcome this situation of inferiority. Ali. Don't worry, they will surely find the answer in their solitary isolation. Issei. By the way. How is Kaneko? Ali. Currently his participation in the guild is active, but Akeno was right, something is happening to him. Issei. Ha. Things are getting difficult. Ali. Some things solve themselves, others must be intervened. Issei. I know what you mean, I'll take care of it. Elsewhere, in a place that was dark, it suddenly lit up showing 7 unknown beings in front of some spheres. Plans have changed. What do you mean by that? You know what I mean. You don't talk about it is dangerous. He is right, but there are no options. The situation has become complicated. It was our fault for trusting that person. That does not matter now. Human vessels are not strong enough. He is right. So there's only one thing left for us to do. It's risky. Only then can we exercise all our power. Our existence could be lost. There will only be 2 of us who will do it. 2 of us should be enough. That's right. Of the 8 that originally went, now we are 7. After this we will be 5. Monarchs are getting help. You're right, that helped bring back, no, create a new monarch of the demons. True and more powerful than the previous one, he is also from the demon race of that planet. Antares is not a fool, he knew that the races of that planet combined with the power of the monarch would give something new and stronger. He even killed a monarch who was alive to use him as material for all this. For a new monarch, that race on Earth called Fallen Angel is strong, but now she is a new monarch and stronger. Void Monarch Rainer is definitely dangerous. Antares doesn't mind sacrificing another monarch's life if he can increase his forces. The human who told us to help us must also make him pay. He lied to us, or maybe he was looking for his own benefit, maybe that's why he helps them. It's brave then if he plans to use the monarchs. We must be careful, we gave him a lot of help in the past, he knows about us. Too much help. Help is little what I think. We may have betrayed him in the past, but he was our creator. You say you regret killing him. I say we shouldn't have given him the corpse of our creator. The corpse of the absolute being. Who knows what he plans or is doing with him. Perhaps thanks to that he found a way to increase and revive the power of already dead monarchs. They are just assumptions, but they may be true. 2 worlds have died at the hands of the new monarch of demons. That's why we turn to this. The receptacles of the earth are too weak, they will not be able to handle them. They know it true, we must merge our existence with the beings of the earth. That's easier said than done, we must choose well. You 2 seriously will. Yes, we will look for someone worthy and suitable, but they will disappear. No, we will always be there. As with the monarchs who were originally 8. We will be 8 no matter if our current selves disappear. Originally there were 8 of us. We will still be 8 even if one of us became a monarch long ago. We must do this to maintain the balance of the fight before they can not only continue reviving the monarchs who die but can even create more. Then good luck, we will never forget you too. Don't worry, this must be done. It's the only way to go to Earth. But I don't know, worry. We will make sure to show the power and dignity that represent us. It's time to show the power of the rulers. View of Kiba. After the talk with Issei I had gone to train in a lonely place. That place is the mountains of the Gremory clan belonging to Surziches located in the human world full of bamboo fields. Once between I prepared to train day and night, Each time I pushed myself beyond the limit without caring about my body, without caring about my injuries, even the fatigue, I continued swinging the sword. But as time passed, the improvement was not noticeable, and with that only pain and screams from my mouth were left, cursing the air because I am so weak. I'm tired, I repeated to myself. I felt like I was going to break, and finally I fell to the ground from exhaustion. My body didn't move. Kiba. What's the point of swinging the sword if I don't get better? He who does not have a reason to brandish the sword achieves little by doing so. Kiba. Where is that voice from? Who are you? He looked to the sides, turning his head on the ground looking for an answer, but he didn't see anything in the end. He found nothing which worried him. He couldn't move currently due to his state. He was easy prey for any enemy. I don't want to hurt you. You're looking for the true strength. But as I told you, a dull sword will do little harm. Kiba. What do you mean? I will show you the truth, but the question is, will you accept that truth? Kiba. I have no idea where you come from, but I assume that if you wanted to kill me, you would have done it already. So show me that truth. As you like, but whether you die or not depends on whether the answer is correct. Kiba was immediately trapped in an imaginary space where everything was water and sky. The edge of the sword is your reason for wielding the sword. Kiba. What is it? He looked at the place where he was standing. His fatigue disappeared when he saw that space. It was as if it were a different world. He clenched his fist until his nails dug into his skin, feeling pain, and when the blood came out, he confirmed that this space created was real, not real. It was a dream or illusion. Kiba. What are you? Naturally I won't tell you. However, when the time comes you will automatically know. You will also know what you should do. Kiba. You said I don't have a reason to brandish it. Yeah, still not even. You have answered. The answer, may all of us who wield swords, we become. Why brandish the sword? Immediately thousands of swords appeared in front of Kiba. Kiba. I want to get stronger. That's not enough reason. No, the reason for swinging a sword. It's difficult but it's also easy. By swords, they will pass through you. Each organ, every bone, they will stick into your body, torturing your entire being until you find the answer. If you answer wrong, you will die. After what he said, Kiba tried to fight, but it was useless. The swords were so fast that he couldn't react. They stabbed into his feet, hands and arms. There were even small swords that stabbed into one of his eyes. Kiba. Because you wield your sword, you want revenge, you want to kill, or maybe you just want to cut. Kiba. Stop. She quickly summoned his swords even though his reaction was slower. Some of them definitely collided with the other swords, mitigating the damage. Still the worst of all is that even his heart was stabbed, but he did not die. He was in total agony. So what is it? Whether incorrect or correct, you won't die or this will stop until your answer. Your pain will continue forever. Kiba. Spits blood in me. Why do I want to wield the sword? I hate sacred swords. I want to destroy them. Clearly revenge should be my reason. Now I think your other eye follows. This would be his other eye would be snatched away, but the sword that pierced his eye was a giant sword also piercing his skull. Kiba. But I also want to kill those who carried those swords, even more so to say that my reason is revenge. If you think that swords will stop cutting you when there is nothing left of you, you are wrong. I can repair you with swords. As he said, the fibers and bones of his body turned into swords to seal the wound. Kiba. Buck hurts my reason is. But before he could say or talk more, images of his classmates and friends flashed through his head. Don't worry, I won't let you die. You are like our brother Yudo, and I never had one like that. I can only say thank you for always helping us. Yudo-senpai is very kind, you will be a very good person. I volley wish I could fight with you one day Yudo. Kiba. Kiba, I will entrust my back to you in the future. Rias trusted you, and so did I. Kiba. Because. My lifelong goal was revenge. Until I met the others of the Grimmery family. My sword was used to protect them. But I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept that my sword was used to protect. If I do, then my sword of revenge might be affected. But my companions, my allies and friends. Kiba, don't die. After that last memory, Issei being the one who said those words, a sword went straight to Kiba's head. Kiba. Ha. I wish to use my sword to protect my comrades. Immediately when he said that, the sword broke, the whole world started to change. I see that you finally found the reason. Kiba. You didn't give me much time either. Desperate situations require desperate measures. A swordsman who denies whether he can never be a true swordsman. Kiba. True. I recognize you as someone worthy of carrying a sword and therefore someone worthy of having my power. Kiba. Wait, what are you going to do? This may all be overwhelming. I can't give you the answers right now. But they will come. This power is beyond what humans call awakening. This is a different scale. Kiba. What is this? The magical energy inside me is increasing. Is it even possible? I feel like I'm going to explode. Now you and I will be one. When the time comes, the answers will be given. Kiba. At least tell me your name. Heavenly, the sixth ruler, the ruler of the heavenly sword. Following that, a light enveloped Kiba, and when he realized it, a noticeable change was seen in his body and the environment that surrounded him. The energy stopped growing, but he felt that there was more inside him. You will have to be stronger to get all my power. Goodbye Yuto Kiba, I leave you my powers. I hope you make good use of them. Kiba. This is unlimited blade works. Yuto did not know of the great event that at that moment he experienced, his destiny would have changed forever. Chapter 66. I want to be by your side. It was before Kiba came to talk to Issei, Asia was in front of him, and Vali was also in the room. Issei. What did you want to talk about Asia? Asia. I suggested to Vali if she could go somewhere to train alone, isolate myself I would say. Issei. Because you want to do it. Asia. I feel that I am not useful to the guild, currently my role is more secondary. Issei. That's not true, everyone has their respective role. Asia. I know but. She couldn't tell the truth, she was nervous, but she could tell, so she came over to talk. Ali. Asia, can you go out for a moment, I must talk to Issei about something important. Issei. What? Asia. Sure but. Ali. Don't worry, once I finish we will continue with the conversation. Asia. Okay. This she would leave the room and then sit on the couch. Issei. Then what do you want to talk to me about? Ali. Hers. Issei. I understand why you made her leave. Ali. She clearly feels a huge level of inferiority with respect to all the members of the guild, even those of the Grimmery family who are her peers. Issei. Asia's skills are excellent, not to mention that they have improved, she will soon reach the S rank in my eyes, we know what that means, she could become the best healer in Japan, she does not have to feel inferior. Ali. That's precisely why she feels inferior for being a healer. Issei. Since you say it, you must have your reasons, but I still don't understand why, the role of healer is crucial for the team, minimize casualties. Ali. But it is a role for the rear, in the guild we all have offensive skills so we go to the front. Issei. Going to the front in a battle is not always the best. Ali. No but in this case yes and all for you. Issei. What do you mean? Ali. Asia was the first girl you met with whom you spent the most time when you were rank E, and yet after seeing each other again, you could not express your feelings properly as you told me, in turn you fought for another girl with whom you also fell in love after when you made Ri as your girlfriend, then it was Akeno who was not only your girlfriend, she took your virginity even though it was to save your life, it doesn't change the fact of what happened. The third was Roswas, you opened your heart to her in moments of desperation, in those moments you went to her and not Asia, how the hell do you think she should feel? Issei. I hadn't thought about that. Ali. I don't blame you for the situations you experienced, you had no choice in those moments, but listen to me carefully, she didn't care about any of that, even the virginity part didn't matter to her at all until now, she was holding on all this time for you, waiting for you. Answer and you have not been able to give it to him. Issei. You're right, I left it aside. I'm the worst. Ali. Don't worry, it's never too late to remedy something. Issei. You mean I can fix things? Ali. Yes but it won't be easy. Issei. What do you mean? Ali. It's about your girls, all of them, including Ria's, may he rest in peace, have high offensive power. They are at the forefront of the battle. What I want to tell you is that she wants the strength that other women like Akeno and Roswas currently possess. Issei. I love her and she doesn't need to be strong to win my affection. Ali. It's not just strength, it's about being able to stand by your side, she wants to be next to you at all times even on the battlefield. Issei. Shock that's it. Ali. You now understand the delicate situation we are in. If we tell him no, his spirit could be very hurt, even increasing his inferiority even further, and if we say yes, then well, you have said it, both his hunter and sacred gear powers are focused. In healing, what is the possibility that someone focused on the support role will develop a method of fighting, if she does not show improvement or find a way to fight, the damage to her spirit will still happen. Issei. There is no end that is good here. Ali. Sometimes both extremes are bad, and when choosing we can only choose the one that we can mitigate the damage the most. Issei. Damage mitigation. How are we supposed to do that in this situation? Ali. Shall we? You still don't understand it. Issei. Ha. Seriously, I'm retarded. Ali. You can be smart, but sometimes you are clueless. Issei. I know. Ali. In any case, I recommend that you accept his proposal to go train. Issei. Do you think I could get it? Ali. At least if he can't get an offensive skill he might learn a new skill that will benefit us. Issei. Okay, I'll accept it. Ali. Okay. But I'm sure that if you want to clarify the situation regarding your feelings you should do it, don't make her wait any longer, women hate that. Issei. Was it the same with Lavinia? Ali. Ha. Laugh if you want but at least you didn't have to prevent a public area full of civilians from freezing. Issei. I imagine so. Ali. Well, I'll leave you alone, I'll go talk to Azazel, I'll ask a favor to find a good place where she can train quietly and be safe. Issei. I appreciate it. Ali. It's nothing. After Vali comes out she would signal Asia to come in and talk to Issei, she was nervous, but she came in. When she arrived she saw Issei sitting on the couch, she stood next to him waiting for his response. Issei. Asia. So, Issei. I'm sorry. Asia. Huh. Why? Issei. Because I have hurt you, not directly of course, but indirectly. I did it to tell the truth. I was going through a variety of things, but it is not an excuse for not having given you an answer regarding my feelings. Asia. No. I really understand that Issei had to take care of his sister, you had your mother sick, then save Ria's from her engagement, save Akeno's life, and finally deal in his heart with the loss of Ria's. You had every right to leave me aside, you've been through a lot in such a short time. Issei. Asia. Asia. I don't care. Being left aside. As long as I can continue being with Issei it's enough. The tears from her eyes would fall into her hands. Issei watched this and couldn't take it anymore. She was the one who was with him first, who helped him in the portals, saving his life many times when he was very hurt. He didn't deserve to make her wait or even cry. He had to take action and now was the time. He took Asia from her hands and quickly brought her towards him and then kissed her. Asia's eyes widened, but she remained completely focused on the kiss. He responded by directing his hands behind her neck to continue the kiss. When they finished kissing, 10 minutes had passed and they both separated embarrassed. Issei. Blushy this. I will always want you by my side. But I love you. More than as a friend. Is that possible? Asia. Embarrassed yes. I will always be with Issei. Smiles. Issei. I'm happy to hear that. Asia. Me too. Issei. By the way. Your request to train was approved. Volley went to look for a good place so you can train. Asia. Well. We can go eat somewhere while. Issei. See sure. The two would leave holding hands, somewhat embarrassed but happy. Apparently Issei finally gave his answer and Asia was happy. However, they did not notice that Volley was observing this whole situation from the camera room all this time, and not only him, Lavinia was also there. Volley. The idiot did it. Well, at least Asia, when he goes to train, the blow may not be so hard now that he has that state of mind. Lavinia. I'm sure Issei won't mind that we're spying on him. Volley. You don't have to know. Lavinia, come with me, I'll go see Azazel. Given what I've seen, I'll have to prepare a suitable place for Asia. 2 days later, view of Asia. After what happened, Volley got me a good place to train. It was located in the deep forest that was part of Grigori's domain in the underworld. Apparently they made deals with the demons for the. He said that the place was full of friendly nature and that only Azazel or guests came to this place to relax or party. When I arrived I immediately concentrated on developing my power to use it offensively, but no matter what I did I couldn't use it. This is how the days passed. In the end, the most significant thing is that while I concentrated on the offensive, I strengthened my healing abilities to the point of reaching S rank. If I were not a demon, I would currently be the 11th S rank human in Japan. But for some reason, even though I was failing, I didn't feel worried inside. I knew it was because of Issei. I still feel a little disappointed, but I didn't give up. I wanted to get a combat skill at least. I don't want to stop trying until the end. Then one day, Asia exhales heavily. I ran out of mana again. I can't get it yet. I have never seen a soul so pure. Tell me, pure soul, because someone like you want to hurt. Asia. That voice. From where? But at that moment a rabbit appeared in front of Asia, so the voice continued. Tell me why someone as good as you wants to get strength to hurt. Asia. A bunny. Crouches down. It's cute, but it gives me a calm feeling when I have it close. I don't want to hurt anyone, but there is a person who became strong, very strong. I want to be able to stand next to him, in front of him, the battles to help him and protect him. I don't care if I have to leave my hands. That person deserves it. You deserve to go this far. But tell the truth, not many humans would have a soul as good as yours. Asia. I know. However, loving a person means loving them with their virtues and defects, therefore the person who measures the value of whether or not he deserves my love is myself. It's the first time I see someone like you, willing to self-sacrifice for someone else. Asia. It may be strange, right? But that's how I am. I can't help it. But that doesn't change your situation. I think you already know your healing ability. It's just that you won't be able to take it on the offensive. Still, you don't want to give up. Asia. No. If I give up now without trying until the end, how will I be able to see the person I love in the face of someone who has never backed down in a battle and has better life in every battle? I see. Then I can help you. Asia. Help me? Yeah, I can give you the power you need to fight on the offensive without affecting your healing. Asia. I have to give you something in return. For this, they told me that nothing is free in the world. True, but you don't have to give me anything. Not for now, but one day, we may meet again. When that day comes, I will ask you a favor. In turn I will give you answers. But don't worry, I don't want to hurt you, but it may involve you in a foreign fight. Although that fight will affect everything. The world. Asia. Your voice is full of tranquility, Mr. Rabbit. Who are you? I am someone who wants to help you. Asia. Because. I still can't answer you. I know this situation could be something quick and even unexpected. However, you can trust. I'm not looking to harm you or hurt you. The someone you love. Asia. I know. The feeling that your voice transmits is calm, there is no hostility or aggression in your voice, or even in your presence, it is so calm, it seems you have a high sensitivity towards others, that's good, so I ask you, do you want me to help you? Asia. If you help me I will be able to fight alongside that person, yeah, Asia. Then I accept, good, then I'll start, Asia. Start. What? This is it, you will be able to handle this power easily, all information will be in your head, I wish you can get stronger, the struggles that are coming, they will be very difficult. The light began to surround Asia when she did it she could only think that she felt so good, it was as if her body became one with the air. The rabbit was becoming light merging with Asia. Asia. Wait, what's your name? True, humans give it a lot of importance to the names. My name is Fair Life, the fifth ruler, the ruler of justice. Good luck Asia Argento, I hope you can survive this new destiny. After that the light quickly dissipated, revealing Asia without any external change, apparently. Asia. There are only memories. Memories of how to use this power, Fair Life. I don't know who you are, what you were or why you chose me. I don't even know what you mean by the struggles that are coming, but there was no malice in your words. His voice was calm and kind without any evil. I don't know what happened, but I thank you for helping me, with this power I will definitely be able to protect Issei, now I'm going to try it. At that moment Asia had obtained what she wanted, however, a great responsibility and mission would come in the future due to such power granted, everything in this life always has its presupposition. Chapter 67. Movements in the shadows. USA, New York. In New York City a dark storm cloud was hovering, almost in the center of the city there was a building that belonged to the Cows Brigade Guild. Inside it in the underground facilities were All for One, Madara and Rizavam. Two of them, Madara and Rizavam, were in capsules. All for One was waiting outside calmly when Madara's capsule opened. All for One. Good, how you feel, Madara? I told you that I know my body better than anyone, this process after the eye transplant was unnecessary. All for One. Calling this a simple eye transplant is brave, and even if you don't like it, in this case it should be done when examining your body. Those eyes have enhanced your capabilities. Madara. How much double? All for One. No. The quadruple. Madara. Smiles, wow, then I can forgive you for losing your first pair of eyes. All for One. These eyes are the same but at the same time different from the previous ones because the first pair used the 4 eyes of the main clan's Rinnegan, Tensegan, Byakugan, Sharingan, plus an extra that was the fragment of the absolute. I cannot say that have the same result as the previous one, considering that in these the Tensegan was replaced by another material that was a god himself, such as Hades. Madara. You say they are inferior? All for One. None of that, I just think that your current abilities are different than what you could have had with the originals, that I also think depends on the user's capabilities. Madara. Then don't worry, changing the Tensegan for a living god, I don't think it will affect its quality, these new eyes are incredible. All for One. Yes, I agree, especially that in the process I was somewhat curious that the consciousness of Hades could inhabit them, but its existence was completely erased. I think it was a great decision to do so, I have more data for it. Madara. You don't have to worry about those fragments of the absolute, right? All for One. Of course not, well I'm lucky that the material I get them from is in my possession. Madara. Our leaders accepted our terms because we are useful to them because you had those fragments, although the truth is that they were surprised and terrified that you had that in your possession. All for One. I know, I laughed silently when I saw their expressions, thanks to me, according to their latest reports, they have managed to revive the Demon Monarch and the Monarch of Insects, although currently they call themselves the Monarch of the Void. Madara. You keep them pleased. All for One. That way they don't ask for much, but their reports help me, to tell the truth it is a big progress so far. The way to violate death is the evil piece or the cards from heaven etc, but just once, with these fragments, maybe we don't have to depend on that, we can revive unlimitedly. Madara. Don't go too high. All for One. You should stop pessimism. Madara. Until now they have said something regarding the two monarchs. All for One. Nothing specific with their identities, only that one is a demon, the other a fallen angel. The demon does not remember her past, demonstrating the imperfection of the process, yet, in turn their personalities seem to be more those of a monarch. They have abandoned considering themselves equal to theirs from this world, however it does not affect their powers. They inherited the powers of their respective monarchs, in turn, they retained those of their races. There were even alterations in their powers, adapting to them, even increasing their intensity. Madara. It doesn't seem like a bad result for them. All for One. The only complaint was Beast and Frost. They had the complaint that the resurrected one was not the previous monarch. How to know if this being is competent? Madara. Let's be honest, that complaint was simply out of fear. All for One. You are smart, Madara, they fear that Antares will want to replace them, that's why they were against it, but for their peace of mind, Antares does not plan to do it again. If he has to replace them, it will be when they die. Madara. However, the fragments that you have created of the absolute being have turned out to be unpredictable. All for one. Don't blame me for that, this is beyond human knowledge, it's all trial and error, yet the resurrection type absolute fragment, that's how I categorized it, seems to simply restore, enhance and change the power of a deceased monarch depending on the body, while bringing a soul and body as a new receptacle of that power. Madara. Then my previous statement about not getting too high is correct, since everything is very random, like knowing if we can really be resurrected. All for one. My research on that is in progress, but like I said, it's trial and error. Madara. By the way. The fragments you use in those machines that nullify mana. All for one. Yes, Madara. Those machines don't just nullify mana, something so simple wouldn't need a fragment, clearly you're looking for something more. All for one. That's right, I haven't tried it so far because it requires a subject and it's good to have a subject. Madara. It could be considered treason. All for one. Bingo. Madara. Are you seeking to nullify the power of our superiors? All for one. I haven't tried it so I don't know if it works, the fragment that is called nullifier type seems to eliminate energy like mana at first glance. To tell the truth, if you create a version without a fragment, it would be far below the version current one that nullifies mana better, but not only that, beyond that I think it may be able to nullify the powers of monarchs, although my original plan was another that Madara does not have to know about, but it turned out well, if it can nullify powers of monarch can also override those of rulers. Madara. All for one, what are you planning? All for one. It is something very complicated to understand. Madara. Aren't you afraid that I will reveal it? All for one. No, because I know that you, especially Madara, don't tolerate being inferior to someone either. Madara. Smiles, that's true. All for one. Most of those in the organization know that we must have countermeasures in case they don't honor their deal. Madara. So how much have you planned? All for one. You could say that I know everything that will happen, or well, most of it, the future is full of changes. Madara. That phrase is not just for saying. All for one. Both sides are intelligent, our leaders use us to be the ones who will show the way for them, and we use them to get what we want, but if they decide that we are of no use once their way is open, they will discard us. As a countermeasure, I am preparing. Madara. Do you think it would work? All for one. Everyone in this world has their independent plans, I have mine. Madara. That's what intrigues me most, all the members of the Cows Brigade, you've never told us your true plans or what you want. All for one. We have to leave the unknown, you know, no, the objective of this union and organization is that each one individually gets what they want, after all our desires are always different. Madara. Ha. So far it hasn't hurt me to be your ally, so I'll help you. All for one. I appreciate it, and don't worry, I don't plan to do something as crude as betray. After everything that is useful to me I keep it. Madara. Getting to the point, you will continue to keep the guild without activities. All for one. For now, yes, we are doing very important work. Madara. Rizavam and others is among those works. Looks at the capsule. All for one. After the previous battle he recognized the limit of his ability, so he will abandon all traces of his previous demon to gain more strength. Madara. You are implanting something. All for one. Yes, a huge fragment of the absolute, this is different from another, I have not tried it. Madara. What were your orders? All for one. That made him a monarch. Madara. If the superiors find out. All for one. I already have a plan in mind. Madara. Rizavam, do you think I managed to survive? All for one. I told you myself the effects are unpredictable. Instead of creating a monarch I could end up creating an abomination. Madara. Sigh, he can't stand defeat. All for one. You are not the one to say it. Madara. TCH, by the way. Your two henchmen, the murderers of the Essuries, are doing. All for one. You needed them for something. Madara. I had planned to train them a little. All for one. Currently they went on a mission. Madara. Didn't you stop all activities? All for one. This one in particular interested me, I asked them to bring someone alive from Colombia, although Shigaraki's plan was to kill him, I suggested to Shigaraki to bring him alive. Madara. What do you have in mind? All for one. Looks at his hands, completing something I left incomplete a long time ago, and for some reason I think this is the time. Madara. I see. By the way, all the members of the Cows Brigade Guild are gathered except for those who are not on your orders, but only one is missing, and he has the same rank as us. All for one. Ha. True. Madara. Surely you want to let him do whatever he pleases, Muzan Kibutsuji is a dangerous man. All for one. He is currently in Argentina, and he is not the exception to this rule. Madara. It could give us problems. All for one. As an intellectual genius I like to take credit for my creations as well as responsibility. We both know that Muzan has his problems. Madara. Calling that a problem is twisted, but coming from you nothing surprises me. All for one. I still remember when he begged to help him live, avoiding his death from an illness. The plan was simple, to artificially create a demon. It's a shame there was only a small mistake. Madara. Small mistake. The artificial demon failure Musin is unable to come out into the sunlight, or if he does not die, he has to feed on living beings, especially humans. In turn his blood became a contaminating element that transforms others into artificial demons, some of them. They deformed, all for one. Leaving aside that, Musin demonstrated great superhuman physical abilities, transforming his body at will, using a variety of powers, giving him a monstrous regeneration capacity, demonstrating that even if you cut off his head he will not die, and finally every demon that he transforms it is obedient. Madara. The negative side is that he is someone with a horrible temperament, to tell the truth, he has many times killed and devoured our members for a simple lack of respect. All for one. We cannot say that he is the craziest in this guild. Madara. TCH. All for one. But not wanting Musin here can be beneficial. Madara. Something's wrong, isn't it? All for one. You've heard of demon hunters before, truly dedicated to clearing portals and above all protecting the country. Madara. Of course honestly that's the reason why I think we should bring him. All for one. That group appeared in Argentina 2 years after Musin arrived there, they clearly did their thing, in fact they are still doing it. Bring Musin here. You can bring that group here. I won't say something like they can beat us, but they could be problematic. Madara. Musin has not killed them. All for one. That fool has his plans in mind, he must seek to create more artificial demons to expand his strength to extreme measures. In these 2 years, he may see demon hunters as a wonderful material to transform. Madara. Currently the world knows little about demon hunters, as artificial demons like Musin would not be dangerous to us if they discovered who was responsible for Musin. All for one. Certainly for this reason I prepared myself in advance by erasing all traces of information. In turn, I saw that when an artificial demon dies, it does so in a special way. If Musin dies, his body is burned. It is an advantage that his existence does not leave a body when he dies. Madara. But that's not your goal. All for one. Of course not, Musin is a chess piece, and being there he is in the palm of my hand without knowing it, he will do everything as I foresee, and everything will turn out the way I wanted. Japan. Huo. Build above all king and gods. Issei. Volley how things are. Ali. Lavinia, Ika and Esdeath left for Mexico, they will be in charge of their conquest. Issei. Fine, then I'll take care of another country. Ali. You alone, are you sure of it? Issei. Yes, I can handle it. Ali. Okay but at least take Crosswiss with you, she will be useful in case you need some kind of support, be it warlike or something more political, it doesn't hurt to be cautious. Issei. You're right, okay, I'll take her. Ali. By the way, which country are you going to? Issei. Argentina. Chapter 68. Plans. Argentina. International Airport. 2 people got off the plane admiring the entire place. Crosswiss. The trip was pleasant. Issei. I agree it was refreshing. Crosswiss. So this is the country of Argentina, at first glance it looks normal, but there is definitely something abnormal, I did not expect such strong hunters. Issei. Information about the entire country regarding before and after the incident with the portals should be provided to us soon by volley within a few hours while we look for a place to stay. Greg. Be careful. I can feel a presence watching you. Issei. True. Now I'm an S-rank hunter, the governments of the world have their sights on me, even if I say I'm traveling for a small tourist trip, they'll send someone to keep an eye on me. Crosswiss. We ignore that person who watches us. Issei. If it's better this way, it would be a problem if someone with the objective of watching us disappeared, so don't look in his direction, let's make him believe that he is in control. Crosswiss. Do you have a plan in mind? Issei. For now let's go. The two would continue on their way while on top of the roof of the airport, there was the shadow of a guy watching him. So this person is the one who won the academy tournament, I was expecting someone stronger, it doesn't seem like a big deal, he hasn't even noticed me or felt my energy, otherwise he would have already turned to see me. 2 hours later, Issei and Crosswiss had calmly stayed in a first-class hotel on the highest floor. The presence of the mysterious hunter who followed them stopped at the entrance, apparently keeping his distance so as not to be detected without knowing that he had already been detected long before. In the room. Crosswiss. Well. What kind of conquest will we make in this country? Issei. How do you know that I am not referring to a war option? Crosswiss. Because you are one of the people who does not like to abuse their power and use warlike action without mentioning that something like this would be showy, so keeping a low profile is ideal. Issei. You know me well. I certainly don't plan some kind of conquest, my plan consists of 3 steps. Crosswiss. 3 steps to take over a country you must have clear points. Issei. I have them, first to raise public opinion, second to establish contacts with the high command of this country, and third to take control by eliminating the high command of this country, becoming the high command from the shadows. It actually sounds simple, but it is more complex due to the secondary steps involved. Crosswiss. In the end we will have to kill people. Issei. Do you dislike it? Crosswiss. I don't take pleasure in killing. But if I had to choose a side it would be yours, so for me those people are nothing compared to you. Issei smiles. Thank you, but you won't feel so bad. Roswis. What do you mean? Issei. There is a very special reason why I chose Argentina. This country has actually already been conquered by another without them knowing it. Roswis. What? Issei. The information about this country will arrive soon, so you will understand what I mean. 4 hours later, the delivery man would arrive at the door, which he would knock on. Issei would come out, and the subject would deliver a white box directly to Issei. He nodded when he saw Issei to leave. Roswis. That was. Issei. Yes. One of the members of Grigori focused on Roswis. That's fine, I'll say Grigori if they find out. Issei. Don't worry about that, in a way it is already resolved regarding the factions. Surziches helps me by keeping the demons out. The matter with Grigori was resolved a long time ago, thanks to Vali. I don't know how he agreed or convinced Azazel, but he did it. I guess the details will be seen later. Roswis. In other words, the factions will no longer intervene in these matters. Issei. No. Roswis. Hey. Issei. 2 of the 3 great factions, the demons and fallen angels, support us a little, but in the future when this cannot be kept a secret, the Sky faction and of course the gods of other mythologies will enter the battle depending on their choice regarding the side. Where they will define whether we have to kill them or not. Roswis. That's it. Then the Nordics. Issei. Looks at her. Don't worry. I won't hurt any of your relatives, and I'm even thinking of a plan to get the Nordics on my side or subdue them to avoid 0 deaths. Roswis. Issei. But that could be disadvantageous for you. Why do you do that? Issei. For you, that is reason enough. Beat. In those moments, Roswis's heart was beating strongly at the words of her beloved. Roswis. But what are you saying right now? Blushes. Issei. The only thing I want in this world conquest is for none of his family to be involved. If I have to make plans that put me in a difficult situation, I will do it anyway. I want to reach a happy conclusion for everyone. Smiles. Roswis. Issei. You really go that far for us. Issei. Of course, after all they are my friends and you are one of my girlfriends. Roswis. Kisses him. Issei. Opens his eyes wide. This she would give him a long, soft, slimy tongue kiss which she would hold for about 10 minutes. Roswis. Ha. Issei. Roswis. That's because it was. Surprised. Roswis. Well, a reward for your words, and seeing that this conquest of the world has not changed you as a person, you always look for the path of happiness or good for everyone, even if you end up looking like the bad guy. Issei. Heh. Seriously. Roswis. You know I would like to enjoy you a little more, but we should get back to work. Issei. Okay. Roswis quickly read all the information in these papers. He couldn't believe what he was reading. He quickly understood what Issei meant. Roswis. This is not possible. Embezzlement of funds, silencing Protestants, and the truth that they have tried so hard to cover up, is that in reality? Issei. Unfortunately it is. Honestly, when I read it I was also surprised. Roswis. The top brass of this country are actually Americans. Issei. Yes. More specifically members of the Cows Brigade Guild. Roswis. But like. Issei. Gives him a piece of paper. Roswis. Shocked. This is it. Issei. This happened in the harshest time of the country where the portals appeared so often that monsters flooded the streets. Roswis. But why did they come to do this? Issei. At the beginning the negotiations were a mutual agreement between the country of Argentina and the Guild of the Cows Brigade, however they were not under that name, they could not use that name, so they took the name of the Bloody Moon, a guild from the country of Argentina, coming out of nowhere at the time when it needed them most. It was a gift from heaven for the country. The situation was desperate, his words or actions were not questioned due to his good actions in the country, saving countless lives. The relationship between Argentina and the Blood Moon Guild was beneficial, the country was safer from the attack of the portals, but this was nothing more than a vile trap. Roswis. They wanted to meet all the big shots in the country. Issei. Bingo. The country had its trust in the guild, but no one does something for free in this life without a profit. These went after the big guys and replaced them. Roswis. But how come no one noticed until now? Issei. They couldn't. They acted quickly. They took his appearance with magic so strong that no one noticed the difference. Roswis. But magicians could detect magic. Issei. Unfortunately they were murdered, their death happened as an accident, and most of the current magicians are in the country of England. Obviously they didn't bother to hire magicians, and I'm sure they keep people like that away from them. Followed by taking the faces of those who eliminated, they went and killed the relatives of the current leaders of the country as a security measure. To avoid suspicion their deaths were at irregular time intervals. When they began to suspect, then they rushed regardless of whether the interval time was short, so they were the owners of the country, but they had to maintain a good appearance to keep that position. Roswis. Why do all this? The Cows Brigade Guild wins by taking this country. Issei. I don't think most of its members know that this country was taken. Roswis. What do you mean? Issei. I asked myself the same question that the guild wins by taking this country. Then I thought maybe it's not a guild's plan, maybe there is a person involved. Roswis. What are you saying? Issei. Looking at a paper now everything makes sense according to this information. Roswis. What does it say there? Issei. This country lives a big lie, you know that in this country the hunters, those who are not affiliated with any guild, are part of a special organization called the Demon Hunters or Demon Slayer. Roswis. If it was an organization created to maintain the country's security more. Issei. It's not just that. Roswis. What? Issei. According to these years ago, a unique infection arose, a virus so to speak, the virus turned people into demons, but these were not the same as the ones we know, they cannot go out during the day or they die, they have incredible regeneration, physical strength superior to everything what has been seen, even the unique abilities of each demon, however, they needed to eat humans. Roswis. I never heard of this. Issei. According to Vali's information, the whole matter was decided to be hidden, all the factions knew about it, but they did not want to get involved, it was not their fight. Roswis. That's it, so they just let these creatures roam around this country. Issei. Yes. Apparently there was no benefit that Argentina could offer them, and until now those demons remain hidden throughout the country itself knows of their existence. Roswis. You want to tell me that demon slayers were created to exterminate demons? Issei. Yes. They want to eliminate the human-eating demons from this country. Apparently they are looking for a particular subject Musen Kibutsuji. Roswis. Wait, they move. Issei. Do you know him? Roswis. Yes. He was a patient of mine as a nurse a long time ago. Issei. Patient. Roswis. It was when I left Asgard, I got tired of being a Valkyrie of war, I was looking to do something more productive, something that could save people, so I became interested in medicine, there were things that magic couldn't cure, like a person's heart, that's why. I decided. Issei. And how are you? Roswis. The first time I saw Musen one word came to mind, this man is evil. Issei. An evil. Roswis. Normally as a nurse I shouldn't judge patients by their appearance, but it wasn't just that, their facial expressions and even their smile, I could tell that they were lying, that the smile was fake, anyone else wouldn't have noticed, but I did. Their eyes were empty, but he also looked desperate. Issei. Desperate why? Roswis. To live. He had been diagnosed with a terminal disease in his blood, he would not live more than a year, so one day when he was on duty after the news had been given I went to his room, and he was destroying everything screaming. I quickly left and notified the chief physician of this. Issei. Do you remember exactly what Musen did? Roswis. He was a B-rank hunter, at most everyone said they had talent, but I must tell you that this man did not accept death, he looked for every possible means until he found the solution, reincarnating as a demon through evil peace. I heard him contacting several demons in desperation. Issei. Certainly that would save him, but. Roswis. If the standard of demons is high, Musen was rejected more than once, the last time I saw him he left the hospital with a smile. Issei. A smile? Roswis. Apparently someone had spoken to Musen the day before, it seems that Musen got what he wanted, yet he left me uneasy. Issei. Well, they were absolutely right, do you know why they are looking for him? Roswis. Don't tell me that. Issei. A virus does not spread in people without patient zero. Roswis. You want to tell me that? Issei. Yes, Musen is patient zero. I don't know what happened to him or who transformed him into whatever he is now, but I'm sure of one thing, he transformed humans into those species of demons. Roswis. So the hunters think that killing him will end everything. Issei. Yes. But it's more complicated. You remember the Demon Slayer because that organization was created by the government. The big guys, or rather the government, were replaced. Those current big guys are members of the Cows Brigade Guild, who in turn change according to this role. He is one of their leaders, but obviously according to what I investigate, Vali is an unofficial leader due to his condition, the world does not know that he is one of their leaders. It must have been difficult for Vali to get this information. Maybe the guild will be alert, but I got something very useful. Roswis. Shakti this means. Issei. The creator of the Demon Slayer is Musen a demon. Roswis. Because he would do something like that. Issei. I can only think of two things why I would do it. Until now under the command of your current government your country has prospered, there is no hunger, poverty, or lack of resources, public opinion favors your government and it is increasing I think to the demon hunters to continue maintaining favorable public opinion towards the government, thus avoiding suspicion while the government itself helps him to be comfortable and hidden from its hunting dogs. Roswis. Damn. Wait, you said two things, that was just one. What's the other? Issei. If Musen can turn humans into those demons then it is clear. He trains the hunters to become his servants, he obtains the strongest demons that the demon hunters themselves can create. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.